everyone. I'm your host, Heather Ashley, and welcome to another episode of Women of Her Story, a podcast dedicated to celebrating women who have made or are making their mark on our society. Sitting next to me today is Scrooge McJones.
Howdy, howdy. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. It's a beautiful day today. Are you ready for the coolest Her Story lesson in the galaxy about the first professional female astronomist?
Blast off.
To the sky.
Please. To infinity and beyond. We're 90s kids.
Oh, yeah.
Toy Story is the best.
Oh,
anyway.
Well.
That's not true.
It's good, though. Caroline Lucretia Herschel was born on March 16th, 1750 in Hanover, Germany. Her upbringing was a bit divided. Her father, Isaac, was a successful musician. He encouraged all 6 of his children to train in math, French, and music. In a somewhat bizarre twist of fate, her mother did not see the need for a girl to be educated. She preferred to have Caroline as a house servant to the family.
Wow.
Boo. Yeah, so It was a bunch of boys and her mom was like, perfect, someone to help me with the housework. Which is odd, because her father is like, let's educate you. And her mom's like, nah. Be a house servant.
It's a good dad.
Yeah, great dad, not the best mom. When Caroline was just 10 years old, she contracted typhus. Typhus is a disease that is caused by infection and is transmitted by fleas, chiggers, lice, or ticks when they bite you. Modern hygiene has mostly stopped the spread and commonality of this disease.
I'm upset that she got that at the age of 10.
10.
That seems too
That's so
early.
She survived, but the disease stunted her growth, topping off at 4 feet 3 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Little tiny thing.
Wow.
I'm 5'8". You're 5'10"-ish, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 4'3". Caroline's parents resigned themselves to the notion that she would never marry and that she would live with them as an old maid. Yeah, I find it odd that her parents decided that her stature would keep her from finding a husband.
Why'd they give up on her so early? How discouraging.
I know. They're just like, oh, you're too
just
short.
Small.
Yeah, you're too short. No one's going to love you.
That's really upsetting.
I know. It made me really sad. And also, this seemed to be... Oh, yeah. This seemed to be, like, on their mind all the time. Like, they're just like, oh, well, you'll never marry, you'll never be able to leave, so just keep doing the housework. It's awful.
Ridiculous.
She was viewed somewhat as a long-term burden in the house, even though she was the one doing all the dirty work. At the age of 22, Caroline's favorite brother, William, whisked her away from that life and took her to Bath, England, to help him with his household. William was an accomplished musician and conductor. He gave Caroline voice lessons and trained her in math.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. Caroline ended up singing professionally and became a well-known soprano.
Hey.
I know, right? Isn't that great?
It's a good brother. That's a good sibling to look out for her.
Exactly. And I want to talk about William for a minute, as Caroline's career path is directly related to him. William liked to spend his free time creating more and more powerful telescopes, which is an interesting hobby.
You said he was a conductor too, right?
Yeah.
Is that like a hobby? Or?
Yeah, that's just kind of like what he likes to do.
On my spare time.
Yeah, he just like has... He's just like, yeah, I know how to do all this stuff because science and math.
Super smart.
Like, crazy. Yeah. And after not too long, he quit his job as a musician and devoted all of his time to astronomy and to making telescopes. William and Caroline gave their final public performance in 1782, and William took over as private office of court astronomer to King George III. Crazy.
That's a pretty good seat.
Oh my gosh. The previous year, little fun fact, William had discovered a thing called Uranus.
That was fun.
Yep. Super fun thing. He wanted to name it Georgium Sidus after the king, but for some reason they decided that it just didn't quite roll off the tongue the way Uranus does.
Yeah. I don't know about that one,
yeah.
But the times were different, I guess, then.
Caroline shared his passion for the unknown sky and helped manufacture the telescopes. She initially acted as his apprentice, grinding and polishing mirrors, helping in assembly, etc. What made her the first official professional female astronomer, you ask?
I did ask that. I was thinking about that.
You did ask that. I heard you just... I could hear you thinking.
It was a quiet whisper, but...
Yeah. Well, in 1787, the king gave her an annual pension of £50 while she was acting as her brother's assistant.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Then she began to function on her own, performing laborious calculations connected to his observations. She helped her brother develop the modern mathematical approach to astronomy.
No, thanks to their parents.
Well, maybe their dad, but definitely
her
not
mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still mad about that.
I know, right?
Rude.
In 1783, Caroline discovered no less than 3 nebulae. Nebula are hazy clouds where stars form.
That was my next question, actually.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I just keep thinking about Supernova Girl and
Xenon. The Supernova Girl, the first one there. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah, that's in the first one.
Oh, man.
Protozoa. Wasn't that the name of the group?
Go get that Disney Plus. Xenon, and then Girl of the 21st Century, and then Xenon, the sequel. Anyway.
And Z3. Yeah.
Z3? I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, too many.
Keep going.
Between 1786 and 1797, she discovered 8 comets, making her the first woman to discover a comet in the first place.
Aye.
Her first periodic comet was later named 35P Herschel Rigollet, named after her, because Herschel is her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I felt the need that I needed to really specify that.
Yeah, for all of us.
Yeah. In 1798, the two presented an index to Flamsteed's observation of the fixed stars to the Royal Society. It was a list of corrections and 560 additional stars to John Flamsteed's posthumously published catalogue. John was the first astronomer royal in England. Yeah, so her brother William took over that position.
Right.
Yeah. Caroline was known for being a stickler. She meticulously cataloged all of the discoveries that she and William made. 2 of their catalogs are still in use today. The NGC, or New General Catalog, is largely based on her work. When William died in 1822, Caroline left England and went back to Hanover. She took it upon herself to reorganize their catalog of 2,500 nebula and star clusters, for which she was awarded the unpublished revision and reorganization of their work in 1828 when she was 77 by the Astronomical Society.
I'm glad that they recognized the work that her and her brother did.
I know. I am too. And she was awarded this. It wasn't just... It wasn't like your brother and you. And it was we
Straight
see
up.
how much you contributed to this, and we want to recognize you.
And the fact that they're still using some stuff that she did today just proves how, forward thinking they were and how much they accomplished.
Oh my gosh. And on her 96th birthday, Caroline was awarded the King of Prussia's Gold Medal of Science for her lifelong achievement.
That's a sweet gift at 96.
I know.
That pretty much sets the bar for in terms of gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Can I get that next year?
Oh, work on
Can
it.
I get that for
Maybe
next year?
Maybe do a little bit of sciencing.
Everyone, let's get this campaign started for me to get that gift next year for my birthday.
In 1889, an asteroid was named Lucretia in honor of her second name.
Well, that's just nice. I like that. I want a comet too now.
An asteroid.
No, yeah, but I want a comet.
You want a comet?
I want a comet.
It is said that she disliked the praise that she would receive if it detracted from her brother. Shout out to my brother Daniel, because he's the best.
Shouts out.
She was often referred to as astronomy's Cinderella. She truly did go from keeper of the house to royal astronomer.
What a beautiful
What
a beautiful comparison.
I love it.
I think I also now want to be the Cinderella of astronomy.
And then here's something, I found a really beautiful quote of hers that feels really relevant to right now. It says, "As much as we need a prosperous economy, we also need a prosperity of kindness and decency."
Woof.
And that could not be more true at this current moment. She always had one more thing to do. She said, quote, "Still, as I cannot do much at a time, I wish yet to live a little longer. For it is with me as I supposed it is with everybody. We always have something yet to do."
Woof.
Caroline died on January 9th, 1848, at the ripe old age of 98.
Wow.
98. What a life.
She did a lot.
She did so much.
Accomplished a lot, too.
And things have improved since her time, but there are still fewer women than men in higher STEM levels. Yes, I did hear you just do a little hiccup.
I'm so sorry. I appreciate women in STEM. Hashtag women who STEM.
STEM being science, technology, engineering, and mathematical fields.
Smart, successful, progressive, forward-thinking women. Mm-hmm. Hashtag women in medicine also.
I feel like there's got to be a better gender balance when scientists, etc., are giving talks at school.
You're absolutely right. The only male scientist I could think of off the top that actually
Bill Nye.
It's Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill, and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
But
So,
also, like...
That's two, and one of them is a person of color, but no, representation is absolutely important, not just in astronomy, but in every section, every industry, every corner of the earth. Mm-hmm. It's important that representation matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so many of these incredible women who have contributed endlessly in these fields have been reduced to like figure A in the textbook instead of entire chapters that they deserve. I remember learning about William Herschel. I do remember that. I had no idea he had a sister that did anything. I will say, though, I am thinking Marie Curie, everybody does know her as a female scientist, but, like, you know, it's...
For our time, though, I mean, like, if we could bring it, I guess, now to the modern age, like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
We were watching Bill Nye on TV. Neil deGrasse Tyson is just, you know, he makes appearances, but in terms of representation, equality, like,
yeah, there's just
there
enough.
used to be, you know, there is that movie with Taraji P. Henson, Hidden Figures, and it is about,
NASA and their contribution.
A group of black women, and their contribution to...
But see, they weren't even, like, widely publicized. They weren't even publicized when they were actually doing these things in contributing to science. It wasn't until later that they were, like, recognized in this way. But I'm so glad that it does seem that we are finally shedding light on all of these women who did contribute,
who have had a positive impact on society and science and just the progression of women.
Yeah, exactly.
Period.
Absolutely. And I found a really great website called SheCanSTEM.com. It is full of stories of amazing women in the STEM fields. And I absolutely have taken down names for future episodes.
So be on the lookout for that.
But also go visit that website. It's so amazing.
Please go support women.
Yeah. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in again. Don't forget to hit subscribe, rate, and review.
Please.
You can follow us on Twitter at
The Her Story Pod.
You can follow us on Instagram at
Women of Her Story Podcast.
And you can send us an email to
womenofherstorypodcast@gmail.com.
And also visit our website
www.ofherstory.com.
Perfect. Tune in this Friday for an interview with creator, designer, and owner of James and Lily Jewelry, Kelly Shaver. We talk about opening a business, ethically sourced materials, and using her dog as a jewelry model.
Yes, that's right, because before Harry's parents went to Hogwarts, this is what they were doing.
Until Friday, be safe, stay healthy, and show the world what you're made of.
Go support women. Be safe. Take care. Goodbye. This is a New York Glitch production. You are the worst.